Let's see. YouTube is connected. Wonderful. Facebook doesn't want me to broadcast today. I know it's the enemy because it works fine. I mean, I've been down here an hour and a half, 2 hours, turn this thing on and off, and it works fine. So good. Let them do what they do. But I'm gonna get this message out. Let me tell you, the we're gonna have to start preaching in our basements. That's what's gonna start happening. Preaching in our basements. Let me stop this. Am I streaming? Let me just check. Let me just check. Yes, it's streaming. Good. All right. All right, we're gonna open up in prayer. Let us stand. Let's stand. Let's stand. Come on. Shake out the cobwebs. Get your brain right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you, yes.
You know? Get a spirit of expectation. Because not me you're listening to. I'm going to give you the word. Okay, dear graciously heavenly Abba, Yah, I thank you. I thank you for the life and the breath in my body and in the bodies of the people here. I thank you for keeping me in my right mind, Abba Yahuwah. I thank you for your feast. I thank you for your statutes, your judgments, your laws, and your commandments, Lord. I thank you for the word. I thank you most importantly for Hamashiach and the sacrifice of his body, the shedding of his blood for the remission of our sins. And I thank you, Lord, for him taking the keys away from death so that the grave has no more sting, that we do not die. We grow from glory to glory as we have received him as our Hamashiach and Elohim. And we all agreed by saying Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Lately, I'm glad I'm not on video because I can walk around now. I don't have to stand in front of this camera because I like to move around. So lately, it seems that I love the Most High. He just gives me stuff. It seems that always around the holidays we start having interpersonal relationship problems. You know, because who's going to whose house for Easter, which we don't celebrate. You know, we don't chase colored eggs. We don't do any of that pagan stuff. You know, and people are disconnected from family. I'm gonna say quote unquote family. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And husbands start having problems with their wives, or it's magnified a little more. Or wives with their husbands, or children with their parents or grandparents. And maybe it's just me, but my phone's been ringing off the hook, and my ears is just like I can't take anymore from people calling me with all kind of issues and problems, relationships. And if you know me, I've often preached and taught that this Besorah, this Bible is all about relationship. Oh yes, man, it's just a good word today, man. This is a good word. I don't know about you, it's good to me. It's good to me. I needed to hear this word. Now, if you go online, the title of this is marriage. And I was going to address the marriage between a man and a woman, but before we can address that, we have to address the marriage between ourselves and the Most High. Okay? Because we're the church, the bride, and he's the groom. Okay? And the only relationship that the Most High, this is profound, and it's simple. Who's upstairs? Okay. The only relationship that the Most High parallels between his relationship in the church is the relationship between a husband and a wife. Okay? And until you can get that relationship right, all other relationships that stem from that, all products of that relationship that stem from a husband and wife are null and void. They're not right. They're tainted. That's why I said sin can be passed down to even the fourth and the fifth generation. But the problem is that we don't know what it is to be a wife. We don't know what it is to be a husband in accordance to the word. Okay? We all have our preconceived notions of what it is. And that's why the Bible says marriage is a mystery unbeknownst to men. I mean, you're looking to do something carnal when you have not taken care of the spiritual relationship between you and the Father. Man does not know how to be a husband unless he has a relationship with the Father. A woman does not know how to be a wife until he has a relationship with the Father. A son doesn't know how to be a son unless he has a relationship with his parents who have a relationship with the Father. It flows from the head down. And so we're picking wives based on how she looks. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she fine. You know what I'm saying? She talks nice. She cooks nice, this, that, and the other. But we're not looking, okay, does she have a relationship with the Father? We're picking husbands because he got money, he looks good, he take care of himself. But we're not looking, does he have a relationship with the Father? So subsequently, because society does not have a relationship with the Father, that marriage there's a divorce there, there's idolatry there, there's adultery there between the Father and the church. And you know a tree by what? The fruit that it bears. So if the relationship between the church and the Father is tainted, is full of adultery, is full of idolatry, what do you think the relationship on the earth is going to look like between a man and a wife? Oh, let me tell you, man, let me tell you, this is a good word today. I got a good word today. And it's funny because I was going to preach on Revelation 14. Revelation 14 talks about the destruction that's coming, that Babylon is falling. But I looked at it and I said, Lord, what's the correlation between the two? It talks about those that have withstood tribulation, have come out clean. See, y'all looking for fairy tales. If you want to serve the Lord, you're going to have trials and tribulations. If you get married, guess what? You're going to have trials and tribulation. How is it that you expect this relationship and you understand that trials and tribulations are going to occur between you and the Father? What does he say? I'm going to try you with fire that you may come forth with pure gold, and you're not going to have problems in your relationship. You're going to have trials and tribulations in your marriage. See, you've been inundated with fairy tales. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, Prince Charming. Y'all with me still? I hope you're with me. And so, because nobody has a relationship with the Father, they don't know what to look for. The word is what? Supposed to transform us into the image of Hamashiach, or who the world calls Jesus. But if you don't know what the word is, you're not being transformed. And so you have a man that's not transformed and a woman that's not transformed, and they try to get together. It's nothing going. It's a disaster already happened, not waiting to happen. It's a disaster happening. Now let's go look at Ephesians. Y'all got this little confused look on your face, so I'm gonna slow down, get in the word for you, so you can see where I'm coming from. Because Ephesians 5, now if it flows from the head down, who's the head of the woman? Man, right? The Bible says the head of the woman, as Christ is the head of the church, so is the man the head of the woman. So if the head is sick, guess what? The whole body is sick. Thank the Most High that our God is perfect in all his ways. Let's look at Ephesians 5. Let me go there. I believe it's Ephesians 5. New Testament. No, yeah. I'll just put it in like this. Y'all be patient with me, husbands. I got to start with the man first. And I'm not picking on the men as Christ loved the church. Bingo. Oh, listen, I'm going to take my time today. So if you get tired or bored and you got to leave, you want to go to sleep, you missed it. Because let me tell you, I got a word for you today. So Ephesians 5, and let's go down to verse 25. Before I do that, though, let me just look. Let me see the full chapter here first. Because y'all know I don't like to just pull things out. Now, let's start from the beginning. Be ye therefore followers of Yahuwah, as dear children. Oh, yeah. See, you want to be an adult, but you have not learned to be a child yet. You have not learned to be a child of the Most High, but you want to play around in an adult playground. You got children getting married. I don't care if they're 16-year-old children or 60-year-old children. You have children getting married. They do because they're not a good child to the father. They're not mature enough, spiritually mature enough to even be in a marriage. Listen, be ye followers of Abba Yahuwah as dear children and walk in love. We don't know how to walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling savor. Let's translate that. Now, we want our children to walk in love, but we're not walking in love. We expect our children to follow God, but we're not following God. That's why the children today don't listen. Because they're looking at you. I brought you to church, this, that, and the other, but they're looking at your behavior. So now they don't respect the authority because you don't respect the authority. See, it flows from the head down. And I'm going to tell you 20 different ways today that until you get the relationship together between you and the Abba Yah, all other relationships through you will be fruitless. Disaster. Before I go on, I use myself as an example. Everybody knows that Satan is the constant accuser of the brethren. And it's so easy for us men, because we're in position of authority, to look at our wives with a critical eye. Oh, she don't do this, she's not that, this, that. Especially the world has trained us. She must look like 36, 25, 36 the rest of her life. She must be a freak in the bed, this, that. All this stuff. Stuff is what it is. But our relationship with the Most High ain't on point. And so instead of seeing her through God's eyes, we're looking at her through fleshly eyes. Because this relationship is not right. And so I had to take my eye off of her. God was like, yeah, but what about you? I want to deal with you. We going to him complaining about her. I'm talking to the men now. We're going to complain, oh, but this woman, like Adam said, oh, but this woman you gave me. No, bro. You the HNC. You supposed to be the covering. See, that's how a child thinks. A child does not take responsibility. A child does not take accountability. It's always putting us, oh, it's her fault, it's his fault, it's their fault. A man don't do that. To be therefore followers of the Most High and dear children, walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us. Christ is the example. But everybody in this room, including myself, has a condition. Did not Christ love us unconditionally? Does he not show us grace and mercy new every single morning? Can we admit that we do not show new grace and new mercy to each other every morning? Let somebody say something wrong. You see how quick you come. Oh yeah. See, until you possess the character of a man described in the book, you're not ready to be a husband. Oh, husband, I'll take my time today. Y'all here? I'll hear about y'all here. Okay? Said that I had given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling Savior. You want her or him to sacrifice their life for you, but you won't sacrifice your life for the Most High. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becoming saints. Oh man, this is good. This is so good. I don't even know. Man, there's so much in it. Y'all, do you see the depth of this? And the moment that you say to yourself, wait a second, my relationship was good with the Most High, I'm all set. That's when you are furthest from the truth. That's when you are the filthiest. Because the Bible says what? For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of the Abba Yah. See, you must live a life of repentance. That's a mindset. That's a character. That's a behavior. That's a person that's humble. That's a person that examines himself before he's looking at what's wrong with somebody else. That's when your relationship should be so intimate. Your prayer life should be so intimate. Your worship life should be so intimate. Like Peter, I think it was Peter when he walked, it said his shadow cast healing. See, you trying to change people. You're trying to lead people in your flesh. It said, so let your light so shine before men that they may see, not hear. But you're constantly criticizing in your mind. See, you don't have to verbally say in your mind, you talking about people. He's not this and she's not that, and my children this, that, and the other. Instead of if you had a relationship, you would understand the authority that you have, that you could decree and declare, bind and set loose. And stop addressing things in the flesh and address them in the supernatural. If she or he is not what they're supposed to be, close your mouth or go to prayer. Because our weapons of warfare are not what? Carnal, but spiritual, for tearing down strongholds. She got a stronghold on her. He got a stronghold on her. What you going to do? Are you going to nag him or nag her to death? Oh, you need to be this, honey. You need to be that way. Child, you need to... No, sometimes the only thing you can do is pray. And if you had a relationship with the Father, you know that. Am I talking to somebody today? Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. As a husband, you want your wife to obey you, but you won't obey Abba Yah. You asking for that which you're not willing to give. Be ye not therefore partakers with them, for you were sometimes darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. Do you know? When me and Angie got together, I couldn't figure out. I was like, why everybody always looking at us? The world is seeking an answer to all their relationship problems. They are looking for an example. But we have made marriage quasi-fair. We've made a mockery of it. And the Most High wants the marriage between a man. Marriage is a ministry. It's not about you and how much she gives you sex or don't give it to you. Or how well she treats you or how well she don't treat you. It's a ministry. And ministry is not easy. Ministering to people, cultivating people, leading people, it requires sacrifice. You sacrifice yourself. It's not about you. It's about the people that you're serving. When you come to Christ, you become a servant. You are a man. We're so stuck on I have authority over you and I'm your covering and I have dominion that you don't realize, no, yes, you have all that, but you are to serve her. As Christ loved the church, what did he do to the church? He fed the church. He clothed the church. He nurtured the church. He washed the church. He loved the church. He died for the church. You want a woman? You better be willing to die to yourself. Not my will, but thy will be done. And that doesn't make you a simp, because it takes great strength to deny your ego. No greater love than this, than a man who's willing to lay down his life for another. for the fruit of the Spirit in all goodness, verse 9, and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and having no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. This is the responsibility of a man. We must walk circumspect. Yeah, you're going to fall down, make mistakes, but the world shouldn't see it. Now, nobody got shame. All the dirty laundry out. Everybody can see your drawers, your dirty socks, everything. No integrity. No long suffering. No fortitude. But all things that are reproved and are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doth make manifest is light, let's redeem the time because they're days evil. Let's go down to let's go down to 21. Ephesians 5:21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear or reverence of Yahuwah. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife. We're not going to go there right now. Therefore, the church, so let's go down to 25. I want to deal with the men first. Because if you fix, y'all heard me say this before, that y'all that have been here and know me, we don't need another women's Thou Art Loose conference. We don't need another This Is Your Season women's conference. We don't need another women conference, nothing. We need to fix the head. And I'm not talking about male bashing, because there's too much of that in the church. There's no reverence for the image of the Most High, which is the man. The woman is not the image of the Most High. The man is. So this is not about male bashing. This is for the edification, for the sanctification, for the exaltation, for the repairing and the redeeming of the men. Because if I fix your man, 99.9% of the female's problems going to go away. The reason why things are insane and out of order, because there's no order in the house. When the man gets out of order, let me tell you something. Why do you think Satan didn't even bother to go to Adam? He knew that the way he could get to Adam was through his woman. Why? Because she's the weaker vessel. But that was the beginning of the end. Because now, the prophecy of they shall sit in the temple of God as a God to discern to change his times and laws. That's what's happened. They changed the image. Do you know that the image of Satan is a homosexual? It says so in the word. He shall have no desire for women. Yeah. Do you know that Lucifer, oh my goodness. Do you know that Lucifer was the chief cherub? He had a beautiful voice. Could play. He was the chief musician. You ever notice that they always can sing well and play well? That's why all the effeminates, they've changed the image of the man. So you don't have it in your mind. Just think about this, women. Right now, I want you to close your eyes and say, what's that? What spiritual eyes and natural? I say, okay, so how do I see a man in my mind? What's the criteria for a man in my mind? And if the word don't jump up, there's your problem. Or if it's mixed, you know what I'm saying? Like a glass of water is clean, but one drop of ink in it, the whole glass is no good. You have a tainted image of what a man is supposed to be. And a man has a tainted image of himself. The same way that Adam gave up his life for Eve and became sinful, it's no different between the man. Whatever signal you send out, if you say sexy is what's supposed to be attractive, that's what he's attracted to. If you accentuate your body or punctuate it, that's what you said, here, look at me. See? And so a man goes, okay. But if you presented wisdom, we're gonna get you though. I'm gonna get too far ahead of myself. See? All right, let's go down to 25. Husbands. I don't want to get off on a tangent there. I'm going to go back to that subject in a minute. Hold that thought as it pertains to the women. It says husbands. Now, let me tell you something, man. As I grow older in this temple, this male temple, that's all it is a temple housing my spirit. The greatest challenge I have as a man is how to love a woman. Because it should be as the older you get, you realize that you don't know how at all. And I'm not talking about from a worldly perspective, because I'm going to read this word right here. I'm going to read this Ephesians 5:25. I want to set the stage for it. I want you to understand, men, that is the greatest challenge that you have. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. It sounds easy. But then I'm reminded of the story of Hosea. When the wife ran off and played the harlot, and the Bible says she didn't even get paid. She's just out there giving it up, giving it away. And the Most High told Hosea, go buy her back. Go buy her back. Go buy her back. And in a man's fleshly heart, man, leave that hoe alone. Shh. Am I right, Chris? Am I right, Gabe? See? The greatest challenge is to love a woman the way that the Most High loves the church. I could close out right now. We can have an altar call. Y'all can come up here and make a whole line from here to the 7-Eleven, because every man need prayer on that one right there. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Like, what you mean? I ain't Jesus. Now we can stop right there. See, you can't accomplish that until this relationship is intact. You don't know how to love a woman. You don't. Because if you don't know him, you don't know how. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. But if you don't know how he loved the church, because you don't know him, you're not going to know how to love a woman. And getting to know him is not a one-night stand. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can't approach Christ in the flesh. You can't hit it and quit it. And you're not going to get to know him on 3 or 4 dates. You will have a lifetime commitment and you still ain't going to know him. So the moment that you think you got your wife pegged, you missed the mark. You don't have a clue. Why? Because eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered. You have no idea what the Most High, he said, go get that hoe back and go down there with some money, buy her back. He used a prostitute to hide the disciples. It was a prostitute that washed his feet. That's why when people try to put their Jesus in a box, you don't know him. See, until you've known him as a healer, you can't heal your wife. Until you've known him as a provider, you can't provide for your wife. Because you're trying to do things in man's strength. He's the provider. People think, oh, Marcus has because he's so gifted and so talented. He got good hair. Just kidding. He light skinned and all that. No. I could be the most good hair, light skinned, all talented brother in the world. If he say he'd make the heavens like brass and the earth stay, nothing you do will be blessed. That's why the Bible says he who finds a wife find a what? A good thing and find what? Favor. When I married Nancy, my prayer to the Lord was, Lord, let me not be ashamed as a husband. Open the windows of heaven, not so that I can have all my toys. Come on now. Not so I can dress fly. Come on now. See, that's what men like women in that way. We have a nice toy, dress all this, that, and the other. No. You're working on the exterior. Got good kicks. You know what I'm saying? My gear's tight. Hair tight. Saying credit good, got money. You know what I'm saying? Leaning back. But your heart rusty as a rainy nail. I'm telling you, I got a word for you today, man. You think being a man is being fly and cute. See, when I started having a relationship with the Most High, Angie will tell you, I stopped caring about how I looked. People are like, why don't you? I used to model. People, what happened to your hair? I'm not worried about, listen, man, I'm just trying to get this right. I'm just trying to get this right. My closet used to be half a room. It's now about this much space. Because I'm not concerned about the exterior. I understand that I need to have I need to have a circumcision here first. You can be circumcising your flesh and you're going to hell on a one-way ticket with your circumcised flesh. But because your heart's not circumcised. That's why he says, your goats and your lambs and your would I not, but I prepared for me a body. See, oh man, if you don't have a divine revelation of Hamashiach, you don't know how to love, not even yourself. See, this word I'm giving you today comes from deep inner reflection. Lord, where are you in me? Lord, talk to me. Lord, I need to understand. I don't understand. Early in the morning will I rise up and seek thee like the deer that panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. That's not you. That's the kind of desire you have for the female, not for the Most High. See, chase God, love will chase you. Let's read. I don't know if I'm honest, man. I'm only read 25. I ain't got through the rest of it. We still streaming. Oh man, see. Oh, we stream. We still on YouTube. Okay, good. Yeah, I want this message recorded. I want to listen to it for myself. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ loved the church, and he gave himself for it, that he might sanctify. Now here's the second part that backs up what I said in the first part, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. See, ladies, y'all keep picking men for the wrong things. Pick men because you're lonely. Pick men because you're horny. You pick men because you need money. You pick men because you seek control. Pick men because you want to have children. But it says, husbands, what does it say? That he might that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the word. But you never look at the man and go, how much word is in this man? Eh? Does he have a relationship with the? If he has a relationship with the Most High, what is it? Faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of Abba Yah. See, women are communicators. You can tell by his conversation what he's all about. Because if he's all about, oh, baby, you look so fine. I've never seen a smile like that in my life. You walking around in my mind, all of my thoughts, this, that, and the other. I don't hear there's no God in that whatsoever. None whatsoever. And he's not even having a conversation with you per se. He's talking to your body. He's on the hunt. He's on the prowl. He's trying to get in between them feet. That's what's, see, you can tell by the conversation. As a man, you need to do some inner reflection. What's my conversation before I even open my mouth when I'm looking at her? Do you understand why it's all messed up? Why we are all jacked up? We got the most advanced technology in the world, but you can't get two people to live together? Because this relationship is broken. The relationship between you and the Most High is broken. That he might present it to you, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. Now, to the men. Now you could freeze bucket her, get a bucket of water with some ice and just dump it on her. You could boil her, get a bucket of hot water and pour it on her and blister her to death. See? You don't even know how to wash. Is it talking to you sitting? These are things they're not teaching, and you know what I'm saying? This is what they need to be teaching so that we can create husbands and wives. You ain't got no word, and then if you've got some word, you don't even know how. Now do you understand that if, in the Bible, it's the 1st and 2nd Timothy said, if thou desire the office of a bishop or a deacon, you must be the husband, and we're going to get to the children. You can't just be married. You also got to have children if you want to lead the flock. Because you got to be proved in all these areas first before you get married. That's why he's a father to the fatherless. So you can't use the excuse that I ain't had no daddy. Ain't no wiggle room, bro. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. By the word. Not what you want her to be. See? So if you don't got the word in you, you can't see her. Because you're going to be looking at her through your natural eyes. You're not going to be seeing her in the word. I'm reminded of the story of Boaz. She didn't crawl into bed with homeboy. And when he saw her, what was she doing? Working in the field. And what they do before, they work together in the field. And when he went to bed, she didn't crawl in bed. She laid at what? She didn't lay by the side of the bed or the head of the bed. She laid by his feet. See? But because you're not reading the word, you don't see the character of that woman and go, oh, that's what a woman looks like. So you get you some fine thing. She broke. We won't get into that yet. We will get into it. 27. That he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. Your washing, the purpose of it just gave you the purpose of your washing. It's not for her to be your sex object. your eye candy, your boo when you're lonely. What's the purpose of you watching her? That you might present her to yourself a glorious wife, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be what? Holy. We want our wives to be porn stars because that's what we've been trained to be. And you ain't got, listen, it's not just pornography. It's everything. It's in the music. It's in the TV commercials. It's on the TV shows. It's in the movie theaters. It's everywhere. We're being conditioned on how to be other than the image of the Most High. You come on now. You not the image. Come on now. Real talk. You looking at her booty. You look. Oh yeah. Come on now. That's why everything they advertise on TV, they use a woman to do it. Sell toothpaste, girl in the bathing suit. Sell a car, girl with a G-string on. Video games, big boobs popping out. Boop, boop, boop. You being conditioned. Faith come by what? Hearing. You see things, your mind records them. You don't know how to love them. You think you, that's what I'm saying. Let me tell you something. You don't want to stand behind here. Tell people, boy, I want to be a pastor. I was like, you was the devil. It's a lie. Because now you're held doubly accountable. And let me tell you something. Your dirty laundry don't have to be public, but you know. Unless your conscience is seared and you reprobate, you know. The best time and the worst time to be is by yourself, because that's when you find out who you really. Nobody watches porn with a crowd around them. You go off in secret, hoping nobody sees you. Your thoughts that you entertain that are not right, you do in secret. See? So ain't nobody got to say, ooh, look at he's so bad. No, God, Holy Spirit, the Ruach gonna get you. He will open your eyes. Let me tell you, he will reveal himself. What did Paul say? I'm undone. When the presence of the Most High step in, you what did it say? For all the filthy, dirty rags. You'll see how much a man you think all that mouth here. Stand in the presence of the Most High. Verse 28. So ought men to so nobody can say he's only talking about the church, because you go down to 28 and it says so ought men to love their wives, as he said in 25, 26, and 27. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies.
But if you over sexualize and masturbate all the time, that's how you gonna love her. Ooh, wait, this word. See that all the preachers in the churches, it causes you to become convicted. After looking in the mirror, and it ain't pretty. He gonna be on the veil. And what is it? The body don't look at the outer man, he look at the inner man. Then you realize how wicked your heart is. David said, Lord, clean me up, give me a new suit. He said, Lord, look how circumcision. He said, Lord, create in me a clean heart and renew a right spirit in me, that I might not sin against you. We got some folk in church that belong clean. They present themselves as they got it all together, from the pulpit to the pew. And everybody messed up. Because nobody's preaching repentance. Nobody's preaching the word. Nobody's teaching. The reason proper life. That's what it is. Seers. You can be a prophet, don't mean you're a prophet of the Most High. You have the gift of seeing into the future. But the Most High ain't showing you it. So are men to love their wives as their own body. You can't buy yourself a bar of soap when you talk about you want to get married. You can't provide for yourself but you want to get married. You lay down with her, you can't even buy
A bed to put her in. Can't even afford the room. You put the room on the car. See, let me tell you, remember, I can feel it wiggling right now. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife, what it just said? He that loves his wife loves himself. This is what I mean when I say, as a man, if you don't have this relationship, then you don't even know how to love you. You've been taught to look at a female as a separate entity. But when Adam awoke and he saw Eve, what did he say? This is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. So you treating her like an object, like she's separate. And instead of seeing you seeing something. You know, let me tell you something, we crazy. As their own bodies. He that loveth his wife, loveth himself. And you let your flesh get the best of you, she'll piss you off, and you be having thoughts of murder in your mind. I'm gonna kill this girl. Won't you stand in the driveway? I'm gonna run you over. Yeah. Until we fix this relationship, all relationships is destroyed. Oh, I'm going to get there. Listen, I'm going to take my time today. You fall asleep if you want to. But I'm giving you a word that's so powerful today. If you get 5% of it, man, it'll change your life. Yeah, I said it'll change your life. So are men, 28. So are Ephesians 5:28, if you're just tuning in. So are men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself, for no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherisheth it as the Lord the church. You going out here picking a wife because you're horny. That's it. You ain't thinking about how you're going to provide and care and nourish her. I know, because I did that. I everything that it said to do, I did the opposite. And it didn't turn out well. It won't. What the Bible say? Lest the Lord build a house, you build it in vain. Because when the storms of life come, and they will, if your house ain't built on a rock, your marriage is going to get blown out by tornadoes. It's going to get washed away by tsunamis. It's going to get covered in blizzards. It's not going to withstand the fire of the Holy Spirit. It's not going to withstand it. That's why marriage is a mystery to the world, because everybody, come on now, when you really get this, when you really understand the depth of this, you will see that 95% of the marriages, both Christian and non-Christian, are getting married for the wrong reasons. They're not getting married to show forth the image of Christ. Me first in line. Because I'm not talking at you, I'm talking to you and with you. Because some of y'all know me. Shh, no, just kidding. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord of the church, for we are members of his body. She is a member of the body. She is a daughter of Zion. See, we don't see the same way. Oh, we ought to anyways. The same way that you want other men aside from you, you could be a dog, but you don't want your daughter's husband to be a dog or boyfriend. See the hypocrisy there? See? So you ought to look at a female or a woman, especially a godly woman, and say, that's God's daughter. Let me chill. I don't care if she's a thought right now. That's still Abba Yah's daughter. Don't say, oh, well, she a hoe, so I can just. That's still Yah's daughter. She may be that right now, but you don't know the plans the Lord has for her. Down there. You all right over there, Angie? Okay. My wife helps me clean up my language because I can see her fishy like. I won't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a street preacher. I don't care what nobody said. I'm talking to my people. If you all into her English vernacular, you got the wrong pastor. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but okay, for we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his mother and father, shall be joined unto wife, and the two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery. Do you know when I used to read that 2032, I was like, well, what's the mystery? You know, you see a woman, you get married. What's the mystery? Now I understand, boy, it's a mystery because you'll spend your whole life getting to know the Most High. You're going to spend your whole life trying to stay married. Because the devil doesn't want people to stay married. He don't care if you get married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced. Why? Because that makes a mockery of God. You say, well, how does that make a mockery of God? Did not the Lord say, I hate divorce? And then he backed it up and said, don't you understand that I'm married to the backslider? I hate this putting away. Do not do this violence. They tried to trick Jesus. They came to Jesus and said, oh, but Moses said we could give our wives a writ of divorce. And he said, Moses said, here we go again, uncircumcised. I'm not in the flesh. He was talking to circumcised people. He said, Moses said that because of the hardening of your hearts. But in the beginning, listen, you lay down with that woman, that's your wife. You lay down with 3 women, that's your wives. Yeah, you can't just be, that's fornicating is you just hitting and quitting it. That's what he hates. If you ain't got no intention of wifing her, leave her alone. Because we determine what they are. Well, if we wash them, we can sanctify. What's it say? She shall be saved. Oh, you didn't know that? You didn't know that's the responsibility that you have as a man? It says a woman is saved through what? Through childbearing. He's the savior of her soul. You're the savior of her body. Because she has needs and desires. When she gets to be, if she don't have children by a certain age, her clock starts ticking. She's like, I got to get this done. She got no husband. So now she's a single mother, which is celebrated. Do you see the ideology of the world does not support the ministry of marriage? You can do it all by yourself. I am woman, hear me roar. She knows that's my eyes. It's raining, man. Everything in the box to the left, to the left. What's love got to do with it? It's in the music. It's getting hot in here. Let's take off all our clothes. They, you know what I call that? They stole that song from Aaron. Moses went to the mountain. What did he say? Take off all your clothes. They plagiarized that one. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. What's that thing? We don't need the word. Let the sucker burn. You didn't realize she was being programmed. Y'all all right? You see how you're right now? I already know. See, your minds right now is examining, is thinking. Wow, where am I in this? That's what the word is supposed to do to you. It's supposed to provoke you, invoke you. It's to wake up your spirit, man. Because you've been feeding you know why when you leave church, the first thing you want to do is eat? Because when you come down here, see, your flesh don't want your spirit, man, to grow strong. That's why Paul said there's a war within my members. I'm feeding your spirit, man, with the word of the Most High. See, your flesh don't want that. If you find yourself binging on food, it's because you've either fasted or prayed or worshiped, and now your flesh is going, oh no, we can't have this. Obesity is from people that are in their flesh and not their spirit. Because when you feed, when you deny your flesh, the best time to worship is after you fasted. Oh yeah. Because you told the flesh, sit down. We're not doing hamburger and macaroni right now. See, I said hamburger and macaroni, but I said, oh, that sounds good. With a pea chase. Oh, that sounds, oh, Pastor, hurry up. See, Yeshua was a great shepherd because he gave a little bit of food and a whole lot of word. Fed people. But he didn't he told them, the leftovers, throw that away. See, there were no seconds. See, you don't even pay attention to that. That's why he let the leftovers what? Rot. All right, that's a little bit more to give you. Got a little bit more to give you. Can you hang? Can you hang? Can you take? You want a little more? I got some more for you now. I got some more for you. And I ain't got my glasses on today. Proverbs 18 and 22. Oh, no. Honor the wife. That's what I wanted. I'll do that one first, though. I'll do the Proverbs 18:22 first. Whoso findeth a wife. Women, this is to you too, man. Stop chasing men. Do y'all hear what I said? Stop chasing men. Oh, better. Let me take the men out of there. Because if you chase, you're not going to find men. Because you're in your flesh. Stop chasing. It said, whoso findeth a wife. See, this goes back to the man. When we go to Genesis, the Most High, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day. He creates all this stuff. And everything in the creation's got a counterpart. Male and female. Lions, male and female. Tigers, male and female. Giraffes, male and female. Fishes, male and female. So on and so on and so on. And he says, it is not good that man should be alone. So if you as a man have a relationship with the Most High, you understand that it's not good for you to be alone. And then he says to what? Be fruitful. Oh no, we ain't going. I gotta go back. He said, be fruitful. Listen to me, y'all. Listen, man. Be fruitful and multiply. See? Oh, come on, man. Listen. See, you want a wife for all the wrong reasons. You're not thinking about having children. Not men today. They just want to smash. That's the word they understand, Angie. Y'all know what smashing is, right? Right, guys? Yeah. They just want to smash. I mean, just look at the word itself, smash. Reminds me of the Hulk. Hulk, smash! That's how they see a woman. Bang, 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 bang. That's not how you should be thinking. You think you're doing something. You ain't doing nothing. So, now they want to act embarrassed. They ain't embarrassed when they smashing. See, this is what I'm talking about. Can you have a worship song playing in your head when you're making love to your wife? See, that's the look. What you talking about, Bruce? What? No, that don't. No, that's separate. The church over there, man. I'm smashing right now. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he or she. What were you thinking when you got pregnant or when you got her pregnant? What was your mindset? Because that's the information you treating her like a hoe, you smashing. Guess what? Your daughter's gonna come out smashing. See, you can't conceive having worship playing in your mind while you're making love to your wife, because you're not thinking about procreating. You're not thinking about what am I going to produce in this moment. That's deep right there. Because you've been so conditioned that what I'm saying to you right now is a foreign language. Think about that now. Come on. Go deep on that one. What was you, anybody that got kids in here, think to yourself, what was we thinking about when you was birthed and you was birthed and you was birthed? And when you ask yourself, what was my mommy and daddy think about when I was birthed? Oh man, we are so far from the mark. We have missed the marks. Man, they are not teaching this. They are not teaching this. This is why we are all in the condition that we are in. Because our parents were smashing. So it says, the Most High saw that it was not good for man to be alone. Okay? And so from Adam for Adam. Well, now, that was the first, that was then. So now, when a man becomes of age, he does what? He looks for a wife. But y'all not looking for wives. See? And in our culture, 13 years old, see, if you was conditioned from the womb, if you was conditioned from the seed to the womb, if you was conditioned from the seed to the womb, to the world, in the word of Abba Yah, by the time you were 13 years old, you was looking for a wife. Because you was conditioned from the seed smash to the womb smash, you gave birth to Hulk smash. So what I'm saying to you is foreign, because there wasn't no praise and worship. What was y'all? I don't know about white folks, gays, but I know black people, we make love to music. Am I right? What music was you listening to while you was smashing? I don't know, gays, maybe y'all listen to the Carpenters, I don't know. But black people, we listen to music, right? You didn't realize that's worship. See? So while I'm talking to you, that's what I'm saying. Marriage is y'all don't understand the depths of you two people get of a man and a woman get. You don't understand the power. Oh, King. Oh no, he about to put me on Proverbs 31. See. Oh my goodness. Let's go to. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. Let me, I gotta go there. I gotta go there with you. Blessed. Oh, I gotta do it this way. I can't type that fast. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. KJV. Oh, it's in Psalm 2. No, let's do it this way. I didn't know it was in Psalm. I have to go back to that too. But we're gonna go here. Your children are like arrows. KJV. Let's go to Psalm 127, 4. See, if you're a man and you're looking for a wife, and you understand why you're looking for a wife, because the Most High said be fruitful and multiply. So if you're looking for a wife in the right sense, you're looking for a woman that you can bear children with. And not just have children, but who's going to raise the children. What does the Bible say? Train up a child in the way that he should go. But I don't want to get on the women just yet. I'm talking about the men. So we're looking for the wrong things. We're not looking for a woman that's going to raise our children. Hello. We're not even looking for a woman to even have children with. Or we just thinking about procreating, thinking, oh yeah, man, look how many kids. Oh yeah, I'm put 5 in this one and 4 in that one. You know what I'm saying? We do our children like we do, women do men, or bedpost notches. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man. Let me read that again. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man. See, your father should be a mighty man, and you are his child, is his arrow. See, we weren't taught that. There's no a class or teaching on marriage in the church that teaches you the purpose of having children. It's all messed up. It's all messed up. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have daycare centers. Because you're not going to give your arrows to some stranger to sharpen or to raise or to care for. It says, as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that is quiver of them. They shall not be ashamed. Let me go read full chapter. I feel like there's something. Let's go down. Let's go down to verse 3. Now let's start from the beginning. We in Psalm 127. Except the Lord build a house. Except the Lord build a house. Man, I got sermons for days. Man, let me tell you something, man. This Ruach right now is flowing. It's just flowing. It says, except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain. See, unless you get married the way the Most High intended to you, it's a mess. It's a mess. Your children will be a mess. Let's go on. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. Unless the Most High at the head of your life, Chris, Gaza, Sincere, Zaire, and Sincere. Zaire. What am I thinking? Zeta? I don't know. Gaza, I'm putting them together. Unless the Most High builds your house, you build in vain. All your little nice kicks, $350 kicks, and your Xboxes and your cars and all, it's in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, sit up late to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep. Lo, and see, this is why you got to read things in context so you can see what the Most High is saying. These verses are not separate from one another. Their thinking is together. Lo, children are a heritage. You know what a heritage is? It's a bloodline of the Lord. Your children are your heritage from the Lord. And the fruit of the womb, and the fruit, here, y'all with this, the fruit of the womb, the fruit of the womb is his reward. Did you get it? That's your reward from the Most High. That's your heritage. That's your legacy. But you're thinking about you. See, when you're thinking about that, you don't buy yourself $350 kicks. You're thinking about your arrows and how you can sharpen them. You're not spending all your money on you. You're thinking about the child. Hello. Hello. Oh, man. This is so deep. I could expound on every word. Lo, children, as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of your youth. Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them. But society tells you one kid is too much, 2 kids is way too much. 3 kids, are you crazy? 4 kids, oh, you just, you know. If I say to you I wanted to have 22 kids, you look at me like I'm crazy. But in my mind, I'm thinking if I got 22 kids and they have wives and they only have 1 kid apiece, 2 kids apiece, I got 44 grandchildren. And if they only have 2, I got 88. Listen, in 2 generations, I could buy up a whole square block. I ain't got to invite nobody to church. They're all right there. See, that's not how we're taught to think. Or they tell you, well, you can't afford to have more than 1 child. Who sets the standard? See how we thinking? Is he not the provider? I'm talking to the men right now. Because if we weren't practicing the ideology of birth control and abortion, and if you wasn't busy masturbating, spilling your seed on the ground, every time you went into her, at least once a year, she'd be getting pregnant. That's why when they brought us over here as slaves, grandma had 13 children. Great-grandmother had 22 children. To the point, just like what Herod did in the Bible and said, we got to start killing them. Fast forward, now we got Planned Parenthood and abortion. Abortion rate in the black community is what? 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 2. See, well, I don't want to get on the women. Y'all want husbands. See, let me tell you something. Thank the Most High for breath. Because 80% of our women should be doing life for the life. And you got a nerve to complain. And the men should be doing double time because they're complicit. They're an accessory to the crime. Because we know about relationships. I want a husband. I want a wife. We need to be quiet. And ask God what Paul said. That I might know you. That's your prayer. Lord, that I might know you. Oh, yeah. Not just in the power of the resurrection, Lord, that I learn how to suffer. Some of y'all don't know how to suffer. Oh, my God. I can't learn. Everybody not there. Why is I want to go painful, man? He said, when you fast, when you walk through something, man, don't let people see what you. Fortitude. Where's your faith? Where's our faith when we go through trials? Listen, I learned this as a man. We learn this every day.
bag of chips. What more that I might no good thing in me saying what Christ was about. Humble yourself. I tell people all the time, I only have because of him. Because everybody in this room has, I believe I can say this.
Folks listening, there's a day in your life where God took everything away from you. Just snatched the snatched the life out, barely almost snatched the life out of you. Because you was doing some dumb, foolish stuff. Or because he just wanted to spend some time with you. You don't even have to be doing dumb. He'd do it just for his glory. He took Job. Hey. You want to be a wife? Oh, look, I gotta go there. 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 You stingy, you selfish, self-centered, self-righteous female. That all you care about is what he can do for you, but you won't give to the poor. You won't feed the hungry. You won't take nobody in. You got this much love and that's it. Oh man, it's a mystery. You don't have a clue. Let somebody really love you. You'll scare you to death. Because you so, yeah. Careful what you ask for because you're not going to know how to treat it. See how y'all right now? That's how the word's supposed to, that's how. Because when you make, his wisdom is beyond. You can't search out the depths of him. Y'all couldn't take me 2 days, 3 days a week. I couldn't have Bible study. Y'all, man, y'all be so full. And this ain't me. This him. This is him. Only because I said, Lord, here I am, send me. Only because I was too afraid to say, nah, I don't want that. I don't want to be no pastor. For what? For what? I ain't Benny Hinn, Leroy Bailey. I ain't no T.D. Jakes. Ain't nobody throwing money on this altar except me. I mean, yeah, y'all give when you can give. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it for that. It certainly ain't for publicity because everybody know me. Know 80% of Harvard hating. If they hate him, they gonna hate you. I went to let me give you a little break. I went to the budget hearing because my good friend Pastor Stan McCauley is running for mayor. I got out of politics. The Bible said, "Do not be intended to tangle to this world, this, that, and the other." But he's my friend, so I would help him. And I figured, better have a godly man as a mayor than these fools that we've had and down in City Hall. And so people always just used to hearing me because I was an activist, Roman knows about that, civil rights activist for our people and whatnot. People use all the markets go on City Hall speak for us. And so, because I'm getting blind now, they had a sign-in sheet, And I thought it was the sign-in just to let people know who had come to the meeting, but really it was the sign-up sheet for the public commentary, And this is how your life should. This is how they should feel when they see you. And so they called my name. They made sure it was last, and everybody in the room was like, "Uh-oh." Like that's how they should do with your mom. When your mother opened her mouth, they'd be like, "Oh goodness. What's Evelyn going to say now?" People would squirm in their seats. Oh, God. See? That's the Most High set you before the king. I didn't speak to her. I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm an ambassador for the Most High. The mayor is a lower position for us. The president is a lower position for. They have to answer to us. We're supposed to be the standard. Our marriages are supposed to be the standard. They ought to look at us and go, how do y'all stay together? There was a couple that I met at the First Cathedral called the Bobos in their 60s, maybe probably 70s. And when the wife told me all that she endured, and if I was in the world, I'd say this, Emma, da-da-da-da-da. When the wife told me what she endured with this guy, I wanted to kill him myself. I was like, you put up with what? But when you saw the two of them together, you could see the glow of the Ruach over their lives. Because they walked through the water and they weren't drowned, and they walked through the fire and they weren't burned. And she went through alcoholism with him and drug addiction, and he went through her shopping sprees and this, that. You understand what I'm saying? But they stayed together. See, you'll never know the fruit of something unless you've gone through something. That's why you're not ready to be a husband. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be a fairy tale. It's not. Am I right, Angie? She don't tell me, but I know there are days I get on, you know what I'm saying? I get on her last nerves. Sometimes I say things that hurt her. And I have to go back and say, I'm sorry. When you're married to a woman, you got to know when to be hard, and when to be soft, and how soft. You're fishing her constantly for the rest of your life. You don't just get her and then that's it. Because trust me, how do you think the devil got? That's why I'm careful who's talking to me. It was a bank teller we went to the other day, and he was all hee haw haw. Yo. He trying to, you know what I'm talking about, Chris Gay. He trying to push you guys don't. Hey, Zaire, you know what a man trying to push up on a girl. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be all cute. You know, he got this Mac going. He had his old Mac going. He tried to play that way your wife's the boss thing. You know how they do try that. No, I'm the boss in my house, bro. I run this shit. I let him know. I let her know. Yeah, Can't come here. But all my stuff is correct. My credit good. You understand what I'm saying? Like another Negro step to me, trying to step to my wife. You better have your A game, your B game, your C game. You better have some game, bro. And then you better be ready to fight. But as a man, you got to put yourself in that position. Because the wolf and the fox is always on the prowl. Don't think just because you got her. That's how Satan got Eve. When I first met my wife, I had to teach her, sex begins with a conversation. Because women like to communicate, and they like to be validated. And if she talked to a man long enough, she becomes attracted to him. That's her nature. That's why you're supposed to cover her ears sometimes. Nah, you ain't talking to him. Tell that nigga get out of here. Man, get out of here, man. So I can tell when he talked to her, he all laughing and smiling and everything. When I get on the phone with him, yo, it's business, man. I just want to know about my account. Real quick, and then we're going to close. I can tell, man, y'all's full, boy. Y'all's full. This is a great teaching today.
What? Oh, my God, yo. Oh.
Let's go to Proverbs 31.
Oh, we're going there.
See, you want to be with somebody, but if Proverbs 31 had 20 things, you're not even 5 out of the 20. But you want to be a wife. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. I'm going to just stop right there. This King Lemuel writing about his mama. Because while the man is out busy hunter-gathering, what's the woman doing? She's washing the children with the word that she's been washed with by the husband, he got the word from the father. See what I'm saying? It flows from the head down. See the chain see what I just did there? The chain of command. You see why it's all jacked up? Because we don't have, it's broken. It's all fractured, broken all along the way. The words of King, what? Let's stop there with the word king. He's a king. The words of King Lemuel. If you want to give birth to kings and queens, you're going to have to, it got, you know what I'm saying? So the women, y'all need to tell these pimp preachers, we don't need another women's conference. I need you to fix the men. Because I'm tired of being a hoe. That's the truth. The church is full of single mothers and hoes, cougars and thoughts, all up in the church. Because nobody is addressing their covering. And the pastors love it because they got you pimping. Who you think these pastors living high off the hog are? Not the men. Man, don't be like, I ain't giving you my money. Be crazy. Unless he's a simp, feminine, bisexual. My grandson only know, he only want to know what Jay. That's right. Talk back to me. Yeah. The pimps in the pulpit have made prostitutes out in the pews because they're not doing a service to the women. They're feeding off the flock. The words of King Lemuel, the words of King, the word of King, the word, his conversation. Look at his conversation. The words of this king is, and the prophecy, the teaching. That's what prophecy means, to teach. That his mother taught him. Now, she couldn't teach what she taught if she wasn't that. She starts teaching. See, I used to think a man wrote this. Women used to think that Proverbs 31 was written by a man. It's a man talking about his mother and her virtue and her character. She became an example of what he was supposed to marry. And she tells him that. Let's read on. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Let's stop right there. He's not no bastard child. She's not single. What does it say? Vows. Like marriage vows. The son of my vows. Now, if I was in a church, I won't say no names. If I was in a church that say, let's say has 10,000 members, and I would say, all you sons of your vows, of your mother's vows, stand up. Maybe 500 would stand up out of 10,000. Because a son of a vow means you've never been divorced. You were married when you had that child, and you still married. Now, if I went to a church today and said, if you meet these requirements, stand up, you and your mama, the place would be empty, silent. Okay, I'm going to go. I'll tell you, man. Give not thy strength. Now it says unto women, but it really should read, give not thy strength unto hoes, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. You see, a woman can make or break you. Do you understand that? You marry the wrong woman, you're going to be broke. What's it? The Bible says it's better to live on a corner of a rooftop, and I added to ready to fall off and die, than to live in a house with a contentious and brawling woman. So y'all have a great, the female has a great, see, this is what people don't understand. Marriage is two people submitting to one another as unto the Lord. Wives, submit unto your husbands as unto the Lord. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. It's two people really submitting to the will of the Father to each other. Give not thy strength unto women and to the men. Don't. What did you expect your life was going to be if you married other than a woman? What'd you expect? Said, give not thy strength unto strange women, hoes, whatever you want to translate it, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings. It is not for kings. It is not for kings to go out a-hoeing. Because you're going to end up in child support court. You're going to have palimony, alimony, and salimony. And all your strength, remember see what it says, give not thy strength. All the strength of you she's going to suck the life out of you. Now, what can come of that? Is there a heritage there? No. Now some other nigga laying up in your bed, raising your children, sleeping with your wife. Now you co-parent. I call it co-parenting because it's three. Co-parenting. It's you, that nigga, and the female. And maybe she got a side piece. And he got a side piece. That's am I wrong? Ain't that what's out there now? And we talking about the white man. I have found the enemy, and the enemy is me. We ain't got no outside problems. If you leave your door open and your car's unlocked, when the thief comes, what he gonna do? Steal. You get mad at other people taking advantage of you and you ain't protected yourself. That's the problem with Africa. Yeah, the whole world rich because of Africa. And they're always oppressing us. Because you let them. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine. Don't be one out here smoking weed and getting drunk all the time. This, that, and that. And those that be of a heavy heart, woe is me, I can't get a job. They stop me from doing this. They stop me from doing that. This, that, and that. Blah, 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 blah. You making the enemy bigger than God. I get it. Listen, you don't give me a job, I'll make one. I told my son the other day, when he was about your age, you guys over there, he wanted them $350 kicks. And I was like, the devil is a lie, I ain't buying them. I said, you go out there and work and you buy them yourself, that's why I don't care. And my son went out, borrowed somebody else's lawnmower, talk about using other people's money, borrowed somebody else's lawnmower, went and mowed 10 lawns by himself what he wanted. I got no problem. Hey. But I set the standard. So now when he's 19, 21, 25 years old, I mean, every now and again he called me for money. I don't mind giving him a couple $100. But there are times when I've offered him money. Now, Dad, I got to do this on my own. See? Don't complain about the fruit. Don't complain about your children being wayward. And you didn't do that. You didn't follow the formula. Don't complain about these kids. You didn't follow the formula. Don't preach at them. You didn't follow the formula. Get yourself together first. You out there puffing and smoking, man. You tell you, no, don't do as I do, do as I say. Remember you used to hear that growing up? That was a lie from the pit of hell. That's the dumbest thing you could. Because when the kid finally grew up to me, man, get out of here. I'm going to do what I want to do. I ain't going to listen to what you do, nor am I watching what you say. Or vice versa. Let him, he said, give strong drink unto him that is ready to die. It's funny, I was up in Winstead today, and a friend of one of my clients, his name is Michael Jackson, but you know, it's not Michael Jackson. We all know he did. But his name is Michael Jackson. It's funny, Gaze, because if Michael Jackson, I'd be like, you look like Michael Jackson. Do the moonwalk. But anyway, so he turned 50 years old, and he said he used to smoke cigarettes all the time, you know. And it's funny how men, sometimes we don't grow up till we're 50. Really. We don't really mature sometimes when we in our 50s, 60s, you know. You think women are bad. We're way more hard-headed and rebellious than females. I guarantee otherwise stuff wouldn't be all jacked up. And so he said he got on this Wellbutrin stuff and he gave up the cigarettes and he stopped drinking like it. He was like, man, I said to myself, man, I wish I had done this 40 years ago. Thinking priorities wrong. If I want to produce healthy children, I gotta be healthy. And if I don't know how to care for my own body, I wish I had a dad. I wish the Most High revealed these things to me when I was younger. I wish the Most High revealed these things to my father and to his father, so that we didn't have this 4 and 5 generational cycle of curses. So let him drink and forget his poverty, remember his misery no more. Poverty, death, you know. He realized how much money he was saving. Let me tell you something. Nobody in this room smoked weed as much as I did. I smoke an ounce every 2 days. I stayed high. I was never not high. I mean, like for years. It wasn't like, you know, I went on a binge. I was like that for years. And it's recently, most I made it so that the smell of it makes me, I can't smoke. Haven't had a drink in what, 4 months? And I'm not talking about, you know, I wasn't the kind of person to get drunk. I was a casual drinker, social drinker, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking. Bible says just don't be drunk with wine, this, that, and the other. But it depends on where you want to be in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because like any other self-medication, your flesh never has enough. So you can start out socially drinking, but now there's nobody to socialize with. Where you drinking? In your house, by yourself. And all the advertisement, if you want to watch the football game, you gotta buy it. You gotta get Corona. That's the advertisement, yeah. You go to the beach, I gotta have my weed, man. Now I'm driving, I gotta lean back in. But you asking daddy for things, but you're not willing to give up things to get them. You want a deeper understanding of the Most High, but you still wade in the shallow waters of the Word. Said, open thy mouth for the dumb, and the cause of all such are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth and judge the heart of the husband. Okay, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. To the men, do we value women? To the women, do you see yourself as valuable? Not based on how you look or how good you can throw your thing around. Or even how well you cook. What determines your value to yourself as a woman? It should be the relationship that you most high have with the Most High. And we're gonna see what's we're gonna see what's valuable as we move on. It said, for who can find, for her price is far above rubies, the heart of her husband. So she has a husband. Does what? Safely trust. Can you be trusted? As a woman, can he trust you with his money? Can he trust you with his children? Can he trust you with his soul? Can he trust you with his character? That when you're around other men, they understand that I'm his wife. You can't approach me any old kind of way. You can't haw with me because I'm not going to crack a smile at you. Because men, we look at that, right? Don't we look at that? We see our wife getting too friendly. We look at that like, is this a wife? What's going on? That's not about us being insecure. That's about, can we trust you? And what does it say? You hold his heart in your hands. For the heart of her husband does safely. You know what I'm saying? See, a woman, you beat her with you've damaged her. A woman can beat a man with a pot and a baseball bat. The knots will go, he'll forget about that. But you could say something and do something that will destroy him. Your words will destroy him. And if you tell that man, you no good, he'll forget about the bat that hit him in the head. But the word that you spoke, that will stay with him. Am I right, Chris? Am I right, Gazer? That will stay with you for life. There's things my ex said to me that I still hear in my, you are never a good provider. I'll never forget those words. No woman will ever want you. I will never forget those words. Chris, no, I got papers on you. He don't belong to you, per se. Don't treat him like property. Because now he feels he's not a king. Has no authority. Can't make decisions. Don't question everything. Now he don't. When you do that, he doesn't trust you. Because he feels like you're trying to own and trying to dominate and trying to control. That you don't trust his judgment. You don't trust his headship. You don't trust his leadership. Do you understand why you can't just fix one and not the other? That's why I said you got to create husbands and wives. You can't just have husbands and hoes, and you can't just have wives and whoremongers. It's not going to work. Okay. The heart of a husband does safely trust in her so that he shall have what? No need of spoil. Do you know what spoil comes from? You ever hear the word the spoils of war? Spoil means, in other words, if you don't have a good woman, everything you do will be spoiled. You'll never make enough money. Nothing you ever did will be right. Everything seems like you could never please. You ever have that feeling? Come on, Gazer. Come on. You ever have that feeling, Chris? You feel like there's nothing you can do. If you don't treat him like a king, even when he's acting like a servant, he won't become a king.
Loving a man, see, it's the same thing, different wording. Husbands love your wives, even as Christ loved the church, and he died for her. Wives, submit unto your husbands, even as Christ submitted unto the Father. That's you as a female, as a woman, denying yourself. Not my will, but thy will be done. Now, that was it to take what we say it's not say married, but say in or around. I always say married, but in a man that's physically abused, not what I feel like. Short of that, pray, stay. The heart of the Savior so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil. All the days of the righteous, she will full of flax and working with her hands. She's not lazy. She is like a merchant ship. She brings her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night and giveth meat to her household. And oftentimes I say, well, it does know that a man doesn't change her position. He's asleep. She's up. Back when we were growing up, Grandpa was asleep on the couch in the bed. She cooking and cleaning. He up, she cooking and cleaning. He sleeps, she cooking. It didn't change the fact that he stood ahead. It didn't change her position. Though much is given, much is required. He's giving you his arrows. He's not there, he's busy hunting gathering. Now he got a lot for you at them. Though much is given, much is required.
But women today, oh man, they don't want to have no kids. They don't want to take care of nobody else's kids. Grandparents don't even want to be grandparents anymore. Oh man, the whole thing is messed up. We're gonna stop right there. Y'all tired? I can see it.
I didn't realize it's nighttime. I was gonna look at you for like a month.
You need this word. Excuse me. We need this word. I need this word. You're going to have to learn that when you're at work, put on the word. When you're walking down the street, pray. What the Bible say? Pray without ceasing. I was just telling my wife that I was like, we can't get so busy that we stop praying and stop reading the word and stop. And you don't just listen to me. Ask Angie. Angie will tell you. As soon as we go to work together, we put on Stephen Darby or worship. I don't listen to secular music. Every now and again, I put on some little Earth, Wind, and Fire, whatever, some Luther Vandross, some People of Christ. I like my, you know what I'm saying? But there's no balance there. I listen to more worship, more praise, more sermons than I do anything else. Because if I didn't, I'd be a whoremonger, a thief, a liar, a worse sinner than I already am. Because I don't stand in front of you perfect. You are a dual being, flesh and spirit. You need the word to fight depression. You need the word to fight oppression. You need the word to solve your poverty. You need the word to intercede for you. You need the word for healing. You need it. You need worship. You need praise. You need it. You need it. Otherwise, what does it say? You're going to die. You're going to die. Death is at your door. Poverty is at your door. You don't have time to be worried about what he doing or what she doing or what your kid doing. Man, you need to get yourself together. And the Most High will fix. It says, seek ye first the kingdom of our Yah and all his righteousness, and all those things that you want and need, he'll give to you. But your life, your thought process is out of order. You put your problems before your prayers. You put your bad relationship before your worship. Then the Most High will take it all away from you. All right, now you got no husband, you got no wife, the kids don't want to talk to you. I'm taking away all your toys. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna take your job. I'll leave you homeless, and you better talk to him before you sleeping on concrete. I've been there. There's some people right now listening to this. They are one non-prayer away from being homeless. They are one non-worship away from divorce. They're one non-prayer away from their blessing. See, because I've been through all that stuff before, Lord, don't humble me. I get scared when I get too crazy. When I see myself getting crazy, me reel it in. Because I like my toys. I love my wife. Don't take it, Lord. I'm sorry. See? A man needs to do that every day. I'm sorry, Lord. That's why me and Roy used to say, when we wake up and when I get up in the morning, I still got all my stuff, I go like this. Okay. When I got sick in my body, I didn't go, oh, it was the coronavirus. It was this, that, and the other. I said, oh, Lord, okay, Lord, what I do? That's not that. That's how you have to get. Because he's the author. Is he not the author and the finisher of my faith? And faith comes by what? Hearing. So don't listen to yourself. Because yourself, oh my God, I'm sick. I'm going to die. When I had that feeling, I ran the bath water, I laid in the bathtub, and I started worshiping. I said, Lord, take me out of this body. I don't want to feel this. And automatically, man, I didn't feel no more chest pains. See? He'll do it. He'll fix it. Man, do you know that you can pray? When the Most High, it's like when your child comes to you with the right spirit, you want to just give him everything. When you go to God, do you know who was it he told Hezekiah? Hezekiah, today I'm requiring you of your life. Get your house in order. Hezekiah said, oh my God. He didn't go, oh my God, I'm going to die. No, he went to praying. Lord, didn't you know I'll serve you? Lord, I was righteous. I'm here. He prayed so much. The Lord said, you know, man, shoot, man. I'll give you 15 more years.
Yep, 15 more years. Jesus.
Your prayer can change the heart of God. Your worship can change. It's your weapon. It can change your marriage. It can change your relationship. It can change your children. It can repair the breach. It can redeem. It can set free. All right, let us stand. Don't clap for me. Clap. Thank the Most High. I thank the Most High. Because I had nothing for you today. I'll be honest and tell you that. I could have stayed in the bed today. Oh man. Talk to these people. I'm too messed up, Lord. I can't talk to them. Look at my life. I'm just a mess. God said it ain't about you. Just go. Dear gracious Heavenly Abba Yah, we don't hear from you. We don't know what we do. But we thank you for your word. We thank you for the word of the Most High. We thank you for this day of rest that we have chosen, a Sabbath to you. I pray for each and every person in here that this seed take root and bring forth thousands of fruit, Lord. And I pray this word changes their life and causes a more intimate relationship with you. I decree and I declare it so in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, who they call Jesus the Christ. And we all agreed by saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, I don't know where you got to get, but you got to get out of here. No, just kidding.